Hello students, this is Nirmala from Vivekananda Academy of Human Excellence. Today we are going to see class 9 English chapter number 2, the sound of music, and part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. As the Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. So this barber was there. He has taken the initiatives to make some changes in this pungi, so which shrill and unpleasant sound it had, that can be removed, and it was noisemaker only. So he wanted to make some changes in it. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. Whatever the changes he has made here, that have been very much impressive, and in the court all the people have liked it very much. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a nai means barber who cuts hair, that person is called as nai. In English, barber we say it. The instrument was named the Shehnai. It was played in Shah's chamber and it has played by nai. So the name given to this new instrument was Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. It has likened by all the people. Everyone liked to listen the music played by this new instrument Shehnai. As we have seen previously, which sound has made by pungi was very shrill, unpleasant, or it was just making noise which was not listenable. No one liked to listen that noise. But now which changes have done by the barber, that were very good changes, and when people have listened the music played by this Shehnai was very pleasant. They like to listen this music. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and it an indispensable component of any North Indian weddings. Now this Shehnai has become that much important everywhere. Nowadays also it is played everywhere. In the temples especially it is played for all of the occasions. In the wedding also, North Indian weddings, it is compulsory musical instrument in those marriages, in those weddings, as well as it is listened by all the people. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Nobat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now we have seen when this pungi has converted into Shehnai, it has played in temples, it has played in weddings, or in North India it was vital part of the wedding. But how it has come in the classical music also, it has got classical importance because of Ustad Bismillah Khan. He has given a lot of his share for this Shehnai, his music, whatever he has produced through this Shehnai was vital for Indian classical music. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. So he was getting this laddu to eat. He was also belongs to a poor family, and that's why he liked to get this as a prasad, this holy food. These laddus were distributed, and he liked to get it, and that's why he was frequently going to visit this Bhojpuri Chaita, Bhojpuri temple. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. After 80 years, he got Bharat Ratna, but his 80 years travel, his struggle was very different. He was born on 21st March 1916. So we are going to see now his journey from his birth to become the Ustad of this Shehnai, Ustad Bismillah Khan he was known as. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award in India. It is considered highest award, and that has given to Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was born on 21st March 1916. Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasul Baksh Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. His father Paigambar Baksh and other parental ancestors were also great Shehnai players. This Shehnai playing was not new for Bismillah Khan. For all his ancestors, all his family members were the part of this music, or they were well known for this music. They were known by others in Bihar. All these family members were known as musicians. So it was not new for Bismillah Khan. From birth itself he knew about this instrument, or he knew about the playing of these small keen features of this Shehnai. He knew very well. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. When he saw his uncle is playing this Shehnai, he was very fascinated, or he liked to watch how his uncle is practicing this Shehnai, or how the instrument is there, how it makes sound, how uncle is using that Shehnai, all that he was just watching towards his uncle. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras when Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Baksh was his uncle, and very soon Bismillah Khan also started playing Shehnai with his uncle at Vishnu temple of Banaras. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. Now he has got very much interest in this instrument, and whole day he has started practicing without taking any break. He was practicing and practicing again and again. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangalamaya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts, where he could practice in solitude. When anyone practice anything, they want isolation, they want solitude. So here in Banaras he got that isolation, and he was practicing on the bank of river, or wherever he get the place, he starts to practice. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspires him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. Previously, the music of Shehnai has limitations. New ragas were not there, but with the practice of this playing of Shehnai, Bismillah Khan has invented some new ragas also with playing. He has improvised the Shehnai music. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayyaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. So this was the turning point in Bismillah Khan's life. At the age of 14 itself, he got this chance on All India Radio, Allahabad. When he went in Allahabad Music Conference, he got this chance that All India Radio offered him for playing Shehnai in 1938 at Lucknow, and this was the turning point in his life. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. So on the 15th August also, he was there to play the Shehnai on the occasion of independence of our country. So it was a very great honor for Bismillah Khan also that on this historical event when India got independence, he has played his Shehnai at the moment. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Here we can see that how Bismillah Khan became lucky. At the age of 14, he got first chance to play the Shehnai in conference. Then he patted with Ustad Fayyaz Khan. Again, in 1938 he got the chance on All India Radio. This was also great incident or experience for him. And next, on the Independence Day, 15th August 1947, again he got the chance to play his Shehnai at that moment. And then Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru also was the part of audience that time, and he has appreciated Ustad Bismillah Khan at that time in his speech. It was great speech. Everyone was happy in that moment, and that moment has been very much memorable because of Shehnai playing of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. Again, now if we see, his contribution was not only limited for our country, but it was for other countries also. In other countries also he have given his contribution. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan when King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. The King of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chart buster. This was a very hit film, and his music also has gone through worldwide. Everyone has appreciated the Shehnai playing by Bismillah Khan, and he became very much famous for this Shehnai playing. Everyone now knew about him, and everyone likes to listen Shehnai playing of Bismillah Khan. His songs from this film also have become very much famous, or this film was nationwide. In whole nation the film has been seen by people, and the music also was very much important or favorite of all the people. What Shehnai playing has shown here in this film was very much favorite of all. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world. Celluloid means old fashioned way of referring to films. Means this Shehnai is like old fashioned, but then also this has got a success in film industry. Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Gunj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadi Appanna. I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. So he did not like this glamour and show of artificiality in the film industry which is there. He wanted original music. He wanted classical music to play. His originality he wanted to show. So he did not like this. He has done only 2 films, Gunj Uthi Shehnai, and one Kannada film, Sanadi Appanna. Only 2 films he has done, and again he has turned towards his classical music Shehnai playing. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. So when he left over the films, but then also he did not stop his work. He has become very famous. This Shehnai playing was going on and going on, and he has become very much famous. He has been recognized by everyone, and he got many of the awards. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahar Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. So this auditorium also got the name after his name, Tahar Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. So this was importance of his Shehnai playing, that much famous he was worldwide, not only in India, but he has become worldwide famous. National awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. All the national awards offered to him were given to him. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award. What was the highest civilian award? The Bharat Ratna. As we have seen above, he has awarded through Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan also, the Padma Vibhushan also, and now he was awarded by the Bharat Ratna Award in 2001. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, all I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. Not only Indian people, but Western countries, many of the people come to learn Indian classical music. So he tells the people that teach your children music. You must teach music to your children because it is the richest tradition of our country, Hindustan. This is the name of our country. At that time, Hindustan were said by all the people. So he says this to the people that teach music to your children, and it is important art that if these children know, it will not be wasted. It is useful art to the people. So teach them music. And with Western countries also, many of the people come to India to learn Indian music, classical music. Then why don't you teach your children? In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahab, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumraw, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Whether he went in other states, in other countries, but then also he was very fascinated towards his own places like Banaras and Dumraw he wanted to live in. A student of his once wanted to him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. Means that much preparation they have done, his students have done, that yes, we will make all that atmosphere here itself, like Banaras we will make here in the USA, but you stay here and teach Shehnai to the others. We will open a school. But Khan Sahib asked him if you would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Yes, that student wanted to make all that atmosphere in USA itself like Banaras. So Ustad Bismillah Khan asked him that can he bring river Ganga, can he transport river Ganga here in USA, from India to USA, can he bring it? Like that question he asked. Later, he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. Always he remembers that his Hindustan, where river Ganga is there, Banaras, Dumra, his village. He wanted to see these places, where whether he moves, he travels in many of the abroad or other countries, foreign countries. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the Holy Ganga, and while in Banaras, I miss the unique Matha of Dumra. So here he wanted to live only in Banaras and Dumra. Whether he travelled many of the places, like in Mumbai also he came, again he was going to Banaras. So for work time only he was moving, but other time he wanted to live in his village itself, in Dumra or in Banaras itself. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. He was playing the Shehnai in Kashi Vishwanath temple, and it can be done by this Ustad Bismillah Khan only. It was the vital part of his life to play Shehnai in these temples. Ustad Bismillah Khan was a great Shehnai player. He was passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state funeral, and the government of India declared one day of national mourning. That day was very much sad for our country. History of Shehnai, or he has made the history of Shehnai. He has given the value for Shehnai playing or Shehnai music, and he passed away in 2006, 21st August 2006. Because of him only Shehnai got the value in the films also, because previously it was played in only the temples, or maybe in North India in marriages it was played. But due to Bismillah Khan, Shehnai music has come in the films or on the radio, it has played by him. So it was his great contribution for Shehnai which has come in the Hindi film industry, or everyone likes to play this Shehnai now. In every marriage, every program, we listen Shehnai music everywhere now. And this all has done because of Ustad Bismillah.